While everyone's been talking about Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, one company has quietly climbed to the throne of Europe's tech empire. This company doesn't make phones, doesn't sell cloud services to regular folks, and most people have never even heard of it. Yet its market cap has soared past 300 billion euros. It's making it Europe's most valuable tech company, even surpassing luxury powerhouse LVMH and pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk. That company is SAP. But behind this seemingly quiet success story, a life-or-death battle is raging. From the controversial downgrade of its Chinese market to massive AI transformation pressure and fierce counterattacks from competitors, SAP is facing the most brutal challenges in its 52-year history. What's even more shocking is that this company, which controls the data lifelines of 90% of Fortune 500 companies worldwide, is trading at a jaw-dropping 40x earnings multiple, making it pricier than Apple or Microsoft. Is this about to be a massive bubble burst or the dawn of a new era? In 1972, 5 IBM engineers made a world-changing decision. Up with IBM's conservative approach to real-time data processing systems. They quit in frustration and founded SAP in a small set office in Weinheim, Germany. Nobody could have imagined that this little company called Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing would become the absolute ruler of enterprise software half a century later. Co-founder Asso Plattner later recalled, "We just wanted to build something truly useful. Let companies process their data in real time." This simple idea hit the core pain point of the business world. Back then, companies' finance, sales, inventory, and HR departments all used completely different systems. Data couldn't talk to each other, and decisions relied entirely on outdated reports. SAP's R1 system changed everything. For the first time, it let companies manage all their business processes on one unified platform and view critical data in real time. This was nothing short of revolutionary for its time. But success wasn't smooth sailing. What came next would be even more incredible. By the mid-1970s, SAP started signing its first major clients. German chemical giant BASF became an early adopter, followed by Siemens, Mercedes, and other German industrial heavyweights. These success stories triggered a domino effect. In the 1980s, SAP launched its R2 system and began truly conquering global markets. World-renowned companies like Coca-Cola, Apple, Walmart, and Nestle all chose SAP as their core business system. This wasn't just a technical victory, it was a business model revolution. SAP's secret sauce lay, creating an unprecedented data lock-in effect. Once companies started using SAP systems, all their business data, process rules, and employee habits became deeply embedded in the system. It was like a massive web connecting every department and every link in the company. Want to switch ERP systems? Nearly impossible. The costs weren't just software fees. They included data migration, employee training, business process redesign, and other massive expenses. A CTO who once tried to replace SAP systems said with a bitter smile, "It's like trying to change the engine of a plane while it's flying." But this was just the beginning of SAP's empire expansion. Today, when we talk about SAP's success, one number says it all. 90% of Fortune 500 companies worldwide use SAP systems. This means from the coffee you drink in the morning to the car you drive, from the phone you buy to the cosmetics you use, almost all these products' production, sales, and inventory management depend on SAP. How did this monopolistic influence form? The answer lies in the stickiness trap SAP created. First, data dependency. After companies use SAP systems for years or even decades, All their historical data, business rules, and workflows become deeply integrated into the system. This data isn't just numbers, it's the company's operational DNA. Leave SAP. Can companies lose their memory? Second, integration complexity. Modern companies' SAP systems typically connect to dozens or even hundreds of other applications, forming a complex ecosystem. Finance systems connect to banking interfaces. Sales systems connect to customer management platforms. Production systems connect to supply chain management tools. Replacing SAP means rebuilding the entire technical architecture. Finally, talent. Scarcity. There are millions of SAP professionals worldwide who hold companies' most core business knowledge. Training these talents takes years, and their knowledge is highly specialized, making it hard to quickly transfer to other platforms. But this seemingly unbreakable empire is facing unprecedented challenges. On October 8, 2024, an internal email caused a massive stir within SAP and cast a shadow over this global software giant's future. The email's content was simple yet shocking. Starting January 1, 2025, SAP would merge Greater China into the Asia-Pacific region, meaning the Chinese market was officially downgraded. SAP's global strategy. What deep-seated issues are hiding behind this decision? First, we need to understand the Chinese market's importance to SAP. China isn't just the world's second-largest economy. It's the manufacturing hub. From Huawei to BYD, from Haier to Lenovo, countless Chinese companies use SAP systems to manage their complex supply chains and production processes. The Chinese market's decline is undoubtedly a huge loss for SAP. More worrying is that this downgrade comes with high-level personnel changes. Rumors about SAP Greater China President Huang Chenhong's departure keep circulating. While officials remain silent, industry insiders widely believe this isn't coincidental. Huang has been deeply involved in SAP China for years with profound understanding of the Chinese market. His departure is seen as a clear signal of SAP's reduced investment in China. The timing of this decision is also extremely sensitive. Right when US-China tech competition is intensifying and domestic software is rising, SAP's contraction might leave huge market space for competitors. But China's problems are just the tip of the iceberg. Bigger challenges lie ahead. If China's problems are just regional challenges, then AI's rise is SAP's existential test. In this technological revolution, SAP must prove it can not only adapt to change, but lead it. In 2025, SAP set a shocking goal, achieving 400 embedded AI use cases across its cloud portfolio. What does this number mean? SAP currently has just over 200 AI functions, meaning it needs to double its AI capabilities in 1 year. SAP CTO Philip Herzig doesn't hide his ambition. 2024 was only the beginning. 2025 will be SAP Business AI's most ambitious year yet. This confidence stems from deep recognition that AI technology will completely transform the enterprise software industry. SAP's AI strategy centers on the Joule Intelligent Assistant. The system doesn't just understand natural language, it deeply comprehends business logic. Imagine when finance staff asks, "How was our gross margin in Asia last quarter?" Joule doesn't just give accurate numbers, but analyzes reasons, suggests improvements, and even automatically generates detailed analysis reports. More exciting is that Joule now supports 11 languages, including Chinese, English, German, French, Japanese, and Korean. This means SAP is building a truly globalized AI ecosystem. But this AI revolution isn't without risks. Joule's capabilities are impressive, but also expose SAP's massive challenges. At the 2024 SAP Tech Conference, technicians demonstrated a stunning scenario facing a customer dispute triggered by an overdue invoice notice. Joule called multiple AI agents, analyzed contract details, invoice records, and payment history, providing a solution in just 30 seconds. Without the AI assistant, the same work would take 15 minutes. This efficiency boost is exciting but raises deep concerns. If AI can handle more and more business decisions, where's the value of human employees? More importantly, as companies increasingly rely on AI for key decisions, system reliability and security become crucial. A more practical issue is that SAP's AI functions are mainly based on its proprietary data and business logic. This means the deeper customers use SAP's AI functions, the harder it becomes to leave the SAP ecosystem. It's a carefully designed golden cage that brings stronger customer stickiness, but might attract regulatory attention under the EU's increasingly strict data protection and antitrust regulatory environment. SAP's AI strategy faces huge compliance risks. But the bigger threat comes from competitors. Counterattacks. While SAP basks in the AI revolution, old rival Oracle is quietly sharpening its blade. In July 2024, Oracle released its new China market strategy in Beijing, clearly stating it would focus on cloud computing and data services, obviously a direct response to SAP's China business contraction. Oracle Vice President and China Managing Director Wu Changyang doesn't hide his ambition in interviews. We see huge opportunities in the Chinese market. Now is the best time to increase investment. This diametrically opposite strategic choice highlights the two companies' different judgments about China market prospects. More worrying for SAP is Oracle's equally impressive AI progress. Oracle's Enterprise Performance Management (EPM) platform has been rated a leader by Gartner for 2 consecutive years, and its AI-driven financial planning and analysis functions are eroding SAP's traditional advantage areas. In the 2025 Gartner Magic Quadrant report, Oracle was again rated a leader in financial close and consolidation solutions. The report noted that Oracle's automation capabilities help customers significantly accelerate close cycles with improved accuracy. Its technological progress is changing enterprise expectations of ERP systems, but Oracle's threat isn't the biggest. The real danger comes from an unexpected direction. Microsoft's ambitions in enterprise software are far bigger than most people imagine. Leveraging Azure's powerful advantages, Microsoft is building a completely new enterprise application ecosystem that directly challenges SAP's core position in 2025. Microsoft launched its Manufacturing AI Assistant, a system that can automatically optimize production scheduling, reduce inventory buildup, and improve production efficiency. More importantly, it deeply integrates with Microsoft's Office 365, its Teams, Power BI, and other products. Providing enterprise users with a more unified work environment, Microsoft's advantage lies in its platform strategy. Unlike SAP, which requires customers to completely migrate to its ecosystem, Microsoft's solutions can seamlessly integrate with existing systems. This gentle replacement strategy is winning favor with more and more companies. A CTO who once led enterprise digital transformation revealed, "We don't need to completely abandon SAP. We can gradually migrate some functions to Microsoft's platform." This approach has lower risk and lower cost. This gradual replacement strategy is exactly what SAP fears most. It won't cause massive disruption, but will slowly erode SAP's market share like boiling a frog. But what might keep SAP up at night could be challenges from home turf. SAP's China downgrade creates golden opportunity for domestic software vendors. Yonyu, Kingdee, Inspur, and other traditional software giants plus a batch of emerging cloud-native companies, are all preparing intensively to grab market space. SAP is giving up Yanyu single quote's latest product. BIP 3.0 supports AI-driven supply chain, optimization, and domestic innovation adaptation. The Smart Factory Digital Twin module added in 2025 directly benchmarks SAP's core functions. More importantly, Yanyu has been deeply involved in the Chinese market for years with deeper understanding of local enterprise needs. Kingdee Cloud Shingen focuses on group enterprises. The Intelligent Scheduling module added in 2025 can optimize production planning and has reached international advanced levels in some vertical fields, manufacturing customers said. In handling complex production scheduling problems, Kindee's solution is more flexible than SAP, where surprisingly some emerging domestic software companies are beginning to surpass SAP in specific areas. Take Renhe Cloud ERP as an example. Its multi-language version added in 2025 not only solves problems of foreign large-scale industrial software restrictions on China, but also becomes an important platform for AI and intelligent equipment. Technology implementation. This localization advantage is converting to actual market share. According to the latest market research data, domestic ERP software's market share in China is steadily rising, especially in the SME market, where domestic software's cost-effectiveness, its advantage is more obvious. But SAP's challenges don't stop. There, when we deeply analyze SAP's financial data, we find a disturbing phenomenon. Its stock prices reached a jaw-dropping 40x earnings multiple. What does this number mean? It's higher than tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Meta. Behind investors' frenzied sentiment is huge expectations for SAP's AI transformation. The market widely believes SAP can leverage its monopoly advantage in enterprise data to gain greater competitive advantage in the AI era. But are these expectations overly optimistic? From a financial perspective, SAP's cloud business is indeed growing rapidly. 2024 cloud revenue grew 25% year-over-year, with cloud backlog reaching 14.8 billion euros. These numbers are impressive, but the question is, can this growth continue? More concerning is that while SAP's R&D investment is huge in absolute terms, its R&D expense ratio is only 2.57%, far below other tech giants. In an era of rapid AI technology development, is this relatively low R&D investment enough to maintain technological leadership? An analyst who has long followed SAP pointed out, SAP's valuation already includes too many optimistic expectations. For the future, if AI transformation doesn't meet expectations, or if competitor challenges exceed expectations, the stock price could see major adjustments. This high valuation isn't just financial risk, strategic risk too. Under the EU's increasingly strict regulatory environment, SAP faces unprecedented compliance challenges. The implementation of the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, imposes strict requirements on SAP's data processing and AI algorithms. More importantly, the EU's Advancing Digital Markets Act could have far-reaching impacts on SAP's business model. SAP's sticky business model is essentially data monopoly. Once companies start using SAP systems, they find it hard to break free, a phenomenon that has caught regulators' attention. The EU Commission is investigating large tech companies' data monopoly behavior, and SAP obviously won't be an exception. More troublesome is that the more powerful SAP's AI functions become, the greater the regulatory risk. When AI systems start making recommendations that affect companies' key decisions, algorithm transparency and explainability become focal points for regulators in EU. Regulatory officials said in an interview, "We cannot allow any company to gain unfair competitive advantage by controlling enterprise data." This statement undoubtedly casts a shadow over SAP's future development in this regulatory environment. SAP has to find balance between innovation and compliance. SAP's cloud transformation strategy faces a fundamental contradiction: how to maintain existing customer stickiness while adapting to cloud-native openness requirements. Traditional SAP systems are closed ecosystems where customer data and business logic are tightly bound to SAP's technical architecture. But cloud computing's core philosophy is openness and interoperability. Customers want to freely choose different cloud service providers and flexibly deploy various applications. This contradiction is particularly evident in SAP's RISE strategy. RISE with SAP promises to provide customers with simpler cloud migration experiences. But in reality, it's still a relatively closed system. While customers can enjoy cloud computing convenience, they still find it hard to leave SAP's ecosystem. An enterprise architect who participated in RISE projects revealed SAP's cloud solution is indeed powerful, but it feels more like moving traditional ERP systems to the cloud rather than truly cloud-native applications. This pseudo-cloudification problem is affecting SAP's market competitiveness. In comparison, cloud computing giants like Microsoft and Google provide truly cloud-native solutions with better flexibility and scalability. But SAP's challenges don't stop there. In the AI era, talent importance is unprecedented. SAP is engaged in fierce talent competition with tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, and this war's outcome will directly affect SAP's future destiny. SAP's talent challenges are multifaceted. First is AI talent scarcity. Globally, experts who truly understand how to apply AI technology to enterprise software are extremely limited. SAP needs such talent to develop and optimize products like Joule, but the same talent is also what other tech companies are fighting for. Second is transformation pressure on traditional SAP talent. There are millions of SAP professionals worldwide, but most still focus on traditional ERP systems. As SAP transforms to cloud and AI, these personnel need to quickly learn new skills or face elimination. Finally, changing preferences of new generation developers. Young programmers prefer using cloud-native technologies and open-source tools rather than SAP's proprietary tech stack. This trend is affecting SAP's long-term competitiveness. A former SAP executive revealed, "Our biggest challenge isn't technology. It's talent. If we can't attract and retain the best talent, all strategies are just talk." This talent crisis is affecting SAP's innovation capabilities. SAP's innovation dilemma has deep institutional causes. As a company that has existed for 52 years, SAP has accumulated massive technical debt and organizational inertia. It's all hindering its innovation pace. First is the historical baggage of technical architecture. SAP's core systems are designed based on technical architectures from decades ago. While upgraded and improved multiple times, they still retain many outdated design concepts. In today's era of rapid AI and cloud-native technology development, this technical baggage is becoming an innovation obstacle. Second is organizational culture conservatism. SAP's corporate culture emphasizes stability and reliability advantages in the traditional ERP era, but potential disadvantages in the rapidly changing AI era. And SAP engineer once complained, "Our decision-making process is too long. By the time we make decisions, competitors have already launched 3 versions." Finally, business model path dependence. SAP's revenue mainly comes from existing customers' licensing fees and maintenance fees. While this business model is stable, it lacks innovation incentives. In contrast, emerging tech companies' revenue comes more from new products and services, forcing them to continuously innovate. This innovation dilemma is affecting SAP's market position. While SAP still has strong customer stickiness, some subtle changes are quietly occurring. Enterprise customers' dependence on SAP remains high. Satisfaction is declining, according to the latest customer satisfaction survey, while SAP customers' overall satisfaction with its products remains above industry average. Scores in usability, response speed, and innovation capability have all declined. More importantly, customer confidence in SAP's future direction is also weakening. A large manufacturing company CIO said, "SAP's system is still powerful. We're starting to worry whether it can keep pace with the times." In AI and cloud computing, we're seeing some more dynamic alternatives. This concern is translating into actual action. While completely replacing SAP systems remains difficult, more companies are adopting hybrid strategies, maintaining SAP core systems while trying other solutions for peripheral businesses. This edge erosion strategy won't deal fatal blows to SAP in the short term, but could gradually erode its market share long term. Since 2024, global supply chain instability has brought unexpected challenges to SAP. As the world's largest supply chain management software provider, SAP system operational status directly affects global trade efficiency. When the Suez Canal was blocked and Red Sea shipping disrupted, companies relying on SAP systems found their supply chain planning modules couldn't timely adapt to these emergencies. Traditional ERP systems are designed based on relatively stable supply chain environments and seem inadequate. Facing rapid changes from geopolitical and natural disasters, multinational company's supply chain director revealed, "Our SAP system works well under normal conditions, but when facing emergencies, its response speed and flexibility are insufficient. We have to rely on massive manual operations to handle crises. This limitation is pushing companies to seek more flexible solutions." Cloud-native supply chain management systems are gaining increasing attention. Due to their stronger scalability and adaptability, SAP recognizes this problem and is increasing investment in supply chain AI. But this technological upgrade takes time, and the market won't wait. As the world's largest enterprise data processing platform, carries countless companies' core business secrets. From financial data to customer information, from production plans to technical secrets, this data security is crucial for enterprise survival. But SAP faces dual data security challenges. On one hand, it needs to protect customer data from external attackers. On the other hand, it needs to utilize this data to provide better services in the AI era. There's delicate balance between these two goals. In 2024, cyber attacks targeting enterprise software systems significantly increased. Hackers realized that attacking core systems like SAP might yield greater benefits than attacking individual companies. One successful attack could affect thousands of companies, causing massive economic losses. Meanwhile, SAP's AI functions need vast amounts of data to train and optimize algorithms. But this data often contains sensitive information. How to protect privacy while providing AI services becomes both a technical and legal challenge. The EU's GDPR requires companies to maintain transparency in data processing, and users have the right to know how their data is used. But AI algorithms' black box nature makes this transparency difficult to achieve. This data security challenge is affecting customers' trust in SAP. Against the backdrop of increasing economic uncertainty, companies are scrutinizing its spending more strictly. SAP's high costs are becoming important factors in customer consideration. A complete SAP system, including licensing fees, implementation fees, maintenance fees, training fees, etc., often costs tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars. For large enterprises, this is a massive investment. Moreover, its investment's payback period is usually long with high risks. More concerning for customers is that SAP's pricing model is becoming increasingly complex. From traditional licensing models to cloud subscription models, from per-user charging to usage-based charging, Various pricing methods make it hard for customers to predict future costs. An enterprise CFO complained, "We find it hard to accurately predict SAP's total cost of ownership. Every upgrade brings new fees. Every new feature requires additional payment. This uncertainty makes our budget management very difficult." In contrast, some emerging cloud-native solutions offer more transparent and flexible pricing models. This cost advantage is attracting more and more companies. SAP's ecosystem is undergoing profound fragmentation. Traditional SAP partners, implementers, and developer communities all face transformation pressure. This fragmentation could affect SAP's overall competitiveness. First is partner fragmentation. Large system integrators like Accenture, IBM, and Deloitte are actively embracing SAP's cloud and AI transformation, investing in new skill development. But many small and medium partners lack resources for this transformation and might be gradually marginalized. Second is customer base fragmentation. Large enterprise customers usually can afford expensive upgrade costs and are more likely to follow SAP's transformation pace. But SME customers might seek more economical alternatives. This market segment could be seized by competitors. Finally, developer community fragmentation. Traditional ABAP developers need to learn new skills to adapt to cloud and AI development. But this learning curve is steep. Meanwhile, new generation developers prefer using modern development tools and tech stacks. This ecosystem fragmentation is weakening SAP's overall competitiveness. A unified, active ecosystem is an important factor in SAP's success. If this ecosystem starts fragmenting, SAP's market position could be affected. Against the backdrop of globalization, backlash, and geopolitical tensions, SAP is a German company. Faces increasing political pressure in the US. Some politicians are questioning dependence on foreign software for critical infrastructure. While SAP is viewed as an allied country's company, this dependence still raises concerns in an era of increasing data sovereignty focus. In China, with intensifying US-China tech competition, the government is promoting domestic software development and reducing dependence on foreign software. SAP's China downgrade decision might accelerate this localization process. In the EU, while SAP is a domestic company, the EU's emphasis on digital sovereignty is also affecting SAP's development. Regulations like the Digital Markets Act might limit some of SAP's business practices. This geopolitical pressure is forcing SAP to rethink its global strategy. How to maintain globalization advantages while adapting to various countries, digital sovereignty requirements has become an important challenge for SAP. After 52 years of development, your SAP has accumulated massive technical debt. This debt includes not only outdated code and architecture, but also complex business logic and data models. In the AI era, this debt is becoming a heavy burden on innovation. SAP's core systems contain tens of millions of lines of code that have been modified and upgraded countless times, becoming extremely complex. New developers need to spend enormous time understanding this code, and any small change might produce unexpected consequences. More importantly, these systems' data models are designed based on business concepts from decades ago. In an AI era, requiring massive structured data, these outdated data models become obstacles to technological progress. A former SAP architect revealed, "We often joke that SAP systems are like ancient cities. New buildings must be built on old foundations." This constraint makes it hard for us to achieve true innovation. While SAP is working to solve these problems through next-generation products like S/4HANA, clearing technical debt is a long-term process requiring massive investment and time. Under the influence of internet and mobile technologies, enterprise user expectations are changing rapidly. They're no longer satisfied with powerful but complex enterprise software, but want user experiences as simple and intuitive as consumer applications. This expectation change poses huge challenges for SAP. traditional SAP systems are known for. Comprehensive functionality, but user experience has always been their weakness. Complex interfaces, cumbersome operational processes, steep learning curves, all contrast sharply with modern user expectations. While SAP has invested heavily in user interface technologies like Fiori, improving user experience remains a long-term project. More importantly, user experience improvement isn't just about interfaces. It involves redesigning entire system architecture and business logic. An enterprise user complained, "Our sales staff can master Salesforce in minutes, but using SAP systems requires weeks of training." This gap makes us question SAP's value. This user experience gap is affecting SAP's market competitiveness, especially in competing for younger users in rapidly changing technological environments. Innovation speed becomes a key competitive factor. But SAP, as a large traditional software company, faces structural disadvantages in innovation speed. First is decision-making process complexity. SAP's product decisions need approval from multiple levels, from product managers to technical committees to executive committees. The entire process often takes months. Emerging tech companies have much simpler decision-making processes and can respond to market changes faster. Second is tech stack complexity. SAP's tech stack includes multiple programming languages, databases, middleware, database. While this complexity provides powerful functionality, it also increases development and maintenance difficulty. In contrast, cloud-native companies typically use simpler, more modern tech stacks. Finally, testing and deployment complexity. SAP systems need extensive testing in various environments to ensure compatibility and stability. This testing process often takes months. While cloud-native applications can significantly shorten this process through automated testing and deployment, this innovation speed disadvantage is making SAP lag behind competitors in some emerging areas. As SAP develops deeper into AI, it faces increasing ethical challenges. These challenges involve not only technical issues but also social responsibility and business ethics. First is algorithmic bias. SAP's AI systems are trained on historical data, which might contain various forms of bias. For example, if historical hiring data shows certain groups have lower hiring rates, AI systems might perpetuate this bias, leading to discriminatory hiring decisions. Second is employment impact. As AI capabilities strengthen, more and more corporate jobs might be automated. SAP's AI systems might lead to massive job losses, raising social responsibility questions. Finally, data privacy issues. SAP's AI systems need vast amounts of enterprise data for training and optimization, but this data often contains sensitive information. How to protect privacy while providing AI services becomes both a technical and ethical challenge. These ethical challenges are affecting SAP's brand image and customer trust. In an era where ESG investing is increasingly valued, this impact might translate into actual business losses. Under pressure from global climate change and sustainable development, enterprise customers are making new demands on SAP. They not only want SAP systems to help them improve efficiency, but also help them achieve sustainability goals. SAP has launched solutions like Green Ledger and Sustainability Control Tower to help companies track carbon emissions and environmental impact. But these solutions are still in early stages with relatively limited functionality. More importantly, sustainability isn't just about product features. It involves transforming entire business models. Traditional ERP systems often encourage companies to pursue efficiency and cost optimization. But sustainability requires companies to make trade-offs regarding environmental and social responsibility. An enterprise sustainability officer said, We need not just carbon emission tracking tools, but a decision support system that helps us balance economic benefits and environmental responsibility. This new requirement is pushing SAP to rethink its product strategy and business model. SAP's biggest challenge might be how to define next-generation enterprise software against the backdrop of rapidly developing technologies like AI, cloud computing, and IoT. Enterprise software forms are undergoing fundamental changes. Traditional ERP systems are designed based on systems of record concepts. Their main function is recording and managing enterprise business data. But in the AI era, enterprise software needs to transform into intelligent systems that don't just record data, but also analyze data, predict trends, and provide recommendations. This transformation isn't just technical. It involves business models, organizational structures, corporate culture, and all aspects of change. SAP needs to transform from a software company to an intelligent service company. It's from selling licenses to providing intelligent services. But this transformation faces huge challenges. SAP's existing customer base, technical architecture, organizational structure are all built on traditional models. Achieving complete transformation requires massive investment and time. More importantly, this transformation's direction isn't clear. What should next-generation enterprise software look like? Highly integrated platforms or modular services? Cloud-native or hybrid? These questions have no standard answers. SAP needs to advance through exploration. While SAP's stock price remains at historical highs, some subtle changes are affecting investor confidence. From financial statements to market performance, from competitive situations to industry trends, various factors are influencing investors' judgment of SAP's future. First are concerns about slowing growth. While SAP's cloud business is still growing, growth speed has started slowing. More importantly, this growth largely comes from existing customer migration rather than new customer acquisition. This growth model's sustainability raises investor concerns. Second is intensifying competition pressure. Competitors like Oracle, Microsoft, and Salesforce are developing rapidly in enterprise software, eroding SAP's market share. While this impact isn't obvious currently, long-term trends are concerning. Finally, overvaluation risk. SAP's PE ratio has reached 40x, far above traditional software companies' average. If company performance can't meet investor expectations, stock prices might see major adjustments. An investment analyst who has long followed SAP said, "We remain optimistic about SAP's long-term prospects, but there's valuation adjustment risk. In the short term, investors need to prepare for volatility." In the tech industry's fierce competition, talent drain is becoming an important challenge for SAP. From core technical personnel to product managers, from sales elites to customer service experts, talent loss at all levels is affecting SAP's competitiveness. First is technical talent loss. In AI and cloud computing fields, excellent technical talent is a scarce resource. Tech giants like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon often offer more attractive compensation and career development opportunities than SAP. A former SAP employee revealed, "Working at SAP is stable but lacks challenges. Young engineers prefer companies where they can access cutting-edge technology." Second is product talent loss. In product innovation, SAP needs composite talents who understand both technology and business. But such talent is extremely scarce in the market with high mobility. Finally, customer service talent loss. SAP's customer service team needs deep understanding of complex enterprise business processes, knowledge that requires years of accumulation. But with competitor poaching, this valuable talent is being lost. Talent loss not only affects SAP's innovation capabilities, but also impacts customer service quality and brand image. In the enterprise software industry, control over technical standards often determines market dominance. SAP, as industry leader, has been working to maintain its voice in technical standards. But this position is being challenged in cloud computing. Providers like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are setting new technical standards. These standards are often more open and flexible, contrasting sharply with SAP's closed ecosystem in AI. Companies like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft are pushing large language model standardization, while SAP is also developing its own AI technology. Its influence in technical standard setting is relatively limited. In data exchange, new API standards and data formats are emerging. These standards emphasize interoperability and openness. Conflicting with SAP's traditional advantages, the risk of losing technical standards' voice is enormous. Once new technical standards are widely adopted, SAP might find its technical architecture becoming obsolete, and customers might seek alternatives that comply with new standards. Standing at the 2025 time point, SAP faces the most critical decade. Since its founding, this decade will determine whether SAP continues maintaining its dominance in enterprise software or gradually declines into a traditional software company. SAP's advantages remain obvious. It has a massive customer base, deep industry knowledge, and strong technical capabilities. More importantly, it controls the most core business data of global enterprises. This data advantage might become even more important in the AI era, but SAP's challenges are also unprecedented. Technology change is accelerating. Competitors are getting stronger and customer expectations are rising. More importantly, entire enterprise software industry's business model is undergoing fundamental change. In this situation, SAP needs to make a series of critical, strategic choices. Should it continue insisting on closed ecosystems or embrace open technical standards? Should it focus on existing large enterprise customers or actively explore SME markets? Should it prioritize AI technology development or focus on cloud transformation? Should it maintain globalization strategy or adapt to localization requirements? The results of these choices will determine SAP's destiny. When we review SAP's entire development journey, we find a story about innovation, persistence, and transformation. From 5 IBM engineers' rebellion in 1972 to today's 300 billion euros tech giant, SAP has proven the enormous power of technological innovation. But history also tells us that no company can maintain leadership forever. IBM was once the computer industry's hegemon, but was surpassed by Microsoft and Intel. Microsoft was once the software industry's king, but was overtaken by MCE, Apple, and Google in the mobile internet era. SAP's current challenges are somewhat similar to Microsoft's challenges in the early mobile internet era. Waves of technological change are sweeping in. Traditional business models are being disrupted, and new competitors are rising. But SAP's challenges are also unprecedented. Technology change is accelerating, competitors are getting stronger, and customer expectations are rising. More importantly, the entire enterprise software industry's business model is undergoing fundamental change. In this situation, SAP needs to make a series of critical strategic choices. Should it continue insisting on closed ecosystems or embrace open technical standards? Should it focus on existing large enterprise customers or actively explore SME markets? Should it prioritize AI technology development or focus on cloud transformation? Should it maintain globalization strategy or adapt to localization requirements? The results of these choices will determine SAP's destiny. When we review SAP's entire development journey, we find a story about innovation, persistence, and transformation. From 5 IBM engineers' rebellion in 1972 to today's 300 billion euros tech giant, SAP has proven the enormous power of technological innovation. But history also tells us that no company can maintain leadership forever. IBM was once the computer industry's hegemon, but was surpassed by Microsoft and Intel. Microsoft was once the software industry's king, but was overtaken by Apple and Google in the mobile internet era. SAP's current challenges are somewhat similar to Microsoft's challenges. In the early mobile internet era, waves of technological change are sweeping in. Traditional business models are being disrupted. New competitors are rising. But SAP also has the opportunity to achieve a gorgeous transformation like Microsoft did. Under Satya Nadella's leadership, Microsoft successfully transformed from a traditional software company to a cloud computing giant. Creating new market cap highs, can SAP replicate Microsoft's success? This depends on whether it can achieve breakthroughs in three key areas. First is technological innovation. SAP needs to prove it can not only keep pace with AI and cloud computing development, but also lead these technologies' direction. Jules? Success might be a good start, but SAP needs technological breakthroughs in more areas. Second is business model transformation. SAP needs to transform from traditional software licensing models to intelligent service models, from selling products to providing value. This transformation involves not just technology, but also organizational structure, corporate culture, customer relationships in all aspects. Finally, ecosystem building. Under open technological trends, SAP needs to build a more open, inclusive ecosystem. This might mean giving up some traditional control, but could also gain greater market opportunities. The 40x E ratio is both a reflection of investor confidence and enormous pressure. SAP must prove with actual performance that this high valuation is reasonable. If it can successfully transform, this valuation might just be a beginning. If transformation fails, stock price adjustments could be dramatic. China's downgrade might be a dangerous signal or a strategic adjustment. If SAP can achieve greater success in other markets, this adjustment might be wise. This adjustment reflects SAP's insufficient adaptability to change. It might lose more markets in global competition. Competitors' rise is both challenge and opportunity. Fierce competition will force SAP to continuously innovate, improve efficiency, and enhance service. History's greatest companies are often born in the most intense competition. Ultimately, SAP's destiny depends on whether it can maintain its original intention during transformation. 52 years ago, 5 IBM engineers founded SAP to build something truly useful. In the AI era, this original intention still has guiding significance. If SAP can continue focusing on creating value for customers, it has the chance to redefine success in the new era. But if SAP becomes obsessed with past success and can't adapt to new changes, it might repeat other tech giants' mistakes, transforming. From king to history, time will provide the answer. But one thing is certain, the coming years will be decisive for SAP. This company that once changed the world now needs to change itself again to continue changing the world. This is a contest about innovation, courage, and wisdom. SAP's choices will affect not only its own destiny, but also the entire enterprise software industry's development direction. Let's wait and see whether this European tech giant can write new legends in the AI era.